There's a lot of canvas on a sailboat besides the sails. Hatch covers and weather cloths and all those cushions down below, so that every sailor at some point in his career says to himself, why don't I get a sewing machine and do this stuff myself? Good idea. On the other hand, Lord Nelson didn't make his own hat. Here are 3 machines for comparison and discussion. If you'll permit me, the results of a 5-year apprenticeship through trial and error and Sailrite videos on YouTube. The Singer 237 of 1965. The manual says everything for the woman who sews. This machine weighs 30 pounds, has all metal gears, and is one of the most sophisticated pieces of equipment I own for $150. 10 years previous in time, the 1955 Singer 1591, equally as good. More elegant in its construction, I think, all metal gears, about $150. Most sewing machines have a lever to reverse, which you need to lock the stitch. Here's what we've been waiting for, the Sailrite LSZ-1, a modern machine from Sailrite, about $750 plus shipping. It weighs 40 pounds. It's pretty well made. Let's observe the master at work, finishing up a 10 by 13 foot cockpit cover, and realizing about now that 2 feet previously his bobbin ran out. Which makes a pretty good introduction to the nature and tedium of sewing your own stuff. There's just a lot going on that isn't in the demonstration videos, though it's not hard to change a bobbin, and I did go through 4 of them in this project. It's just one more thing that adds to the time of the job, because do-it-yourself sewing really does take a lot of time, a lot of setup, and a lot of, let's call it, dedication at about $4 an hour. I've made all the canvas on my last 2 boats. I broke down and had a professional build my latest sail cover. He charged me $600. It would have been half that in materials had I done it. Now, in the matter of laying out, most of us live in houses or apartments, not bowling alleys or airplane hangars or sail-making lofts. So another thing they don't tell you is that nothing really fits, and that when you're finished preparing all the cloth for your little tiny amateur machine, it goes in your lap. So what does a professional machine have that those 2 all-metal home machines doesn't? Well, most sewing machines have a moving foot underneath the fabric to help pull it through the needle path. But the professional machines have a moving foot on top also, called a walking foot. And it really does make a difference in pulling through heavy materials, especially this edging here on vinyl for a set of cockpit cushions that I'm making. And the fact is, anybody can do this. And the jobs usually come out looking really good and just about professional. I don't think that we should underestimate, though, all the little things involved in what Popeye and I likes to call sewmanship, the manly art. These are called sewing notions, I think. There's about 1 million things required just to get through the day, not least of which is a seam ripper to undo your mistakes. And I find that every time I bring out a sewing machine, I need every bit of this stuff. The oil for the frequent oiling of the machine, which is fun, sort of like changing the oil on the boat. Edge tape and zippers and all kinds of things that you collect to repair doilies for people. I mean, there comes a point that this is a double-sided seam tape. It's very useful for certain areas where you can't fit your finger and sticks the cloth together. But after a while, honestly, you cut so many things with so many kinds of scissors that it's easy to forget what you're cutting. Just a lot of small things requiring patience, and the word tedium recurs. I like sewing. I enjoy it. There's a sense of accomplishment in learning how to use the machine and put the cloth through it, and equally to walk down a dock and be a pretty good judge of other people's canvas work and how you compare to the professionals. The trouble is, there's really no way to tell in advance how much you will enjoy this time-consuming and fairly detail-heavy pursuit. So if you'll permit me a recommendation, I'd start with an inexpensive home machine as described. But if the bug bites and you find yourself thinking about making covers for the teacups or pants for the dog, there's a good chance there'll be a professional-grade sewing machine somewhere in our future.